Hey everybody, you're listening to the Smoke Meat Podcast. I'm your host, Brad Pittman. Today's podcast brought to you by Jill's Underground in Augusta, Georgia at the corner of 8th and Broad in the bottom of the Lamar building. Right now, Joe's is working on getting ready to come on back to us. They do have some cool t-shirts on their Facebook page. Check them out, order one. That way you can be good in style. And get ready for this big party. Remember, I goes to Joe's and so should you. Corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia. Today, I have got a guest that you will just love. A young man named Sean Kanan. Sean, many of you will remember Mike Barnes in The Karate Kid Part 3. That's right. But Sean's done a lot more than that. He has starred in Sunset Beach, been on The Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and has had a very long run on The Bold and the Beautiful. He's working on something right now called Studio City, which is a great show. I think you'll enjoy it. I'm going to let him tell us all about it. So without further ado, hey, how you doing today, Sean?
Hey, man, thank you so much for taking the time to have me on. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for coming on. I understand that you've got a new project that's been going on. I actually watched it today, Studio City. Tell me a little bit about this thing, man.
So Studio City is a project that I've been working on for a really long time in one form or another. It's one of those projects that, I'd work on for a while, throw it back in my desk, dust it off, take it out. And through the right series of events and relationships, we finally got it made. It's a short form digital series on Amazon Prime. The episodes, there's 6 episodes in the first season lasting between 10 and 15 minutes. And it's about my main character that I play, named Sam Stevens, who is, he's an aging soap star, stars on the number 2 series in the country called Hearts on Fire. And, he's a guy that always thought he should have had a bigger career, that he should have been an action star, that he should have had a bigger life. And his bigger life comes in the form of somebody that he never knew existed, turns his entire world upside down. And, we deal with a lot of really kind of pertinent social issues, everything from Me Too to we have an LGBTQ storyline, suicide, ageism. And we do all of that within this format that's, like I said, between 10 and 15 minutes an episode. And it's been getting an incredible response critically, and we've been nominated for almost 20 awards. So I just hope everybody who's kind of quarantined in their house and looking for something new to binge watch will give us a chance and tune into it.
Yeah, I mean, I told you earlier, when y'all told me about it, I said, well, I'll watch this thing because when they were younger, if they were home from school, you watched The Price is Right and you watched soaps. And I thought,
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, this will be all right. And I got to watch it, and I'm like, crap, there's only 6. Man, I got to get more of this. I mean, it's amazing.
Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Here's the thing. It's a show about a soap opera within a show, but it's really not specifically a show for soap opera fans. If you're a soap opera fan, you're going to like it because the main character stars in a soap opera, and there are some actors in it that are on some of the big soap operas. But really, it deals with life. I mean, it's about a guy who's got an interesting, unique job, but deals with a lot of the same everyday and heavy things that we all deal with. He just happens to be a guy that works on a soap opera.
Yeah. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm going to recommend this thing to everybody.
Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
It's just, and that's something, because I don't recommend a lot of things, but I do at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But man, this thing was great. I'm sitting there going, damn, I wish they'd go ahead and film some. Damn this virus, I want more.
Yeah, that's the plan, man. We kind of got, I don't want to say we got stopped in our tracks, but obviously, there's no production really going on right now because, when you're filming, you're in close proximity to other people, not to mention if you're doing a scene where you're kissing someone or hugging them or whatever. But, I'm confident that we're all going to get through this. And when we get on the other side, it is, I'm going to move mountains to get the next season out. All the actors are committed to doing it. And I think we're just trying to decide whether we want to take this to a longer format and do a full 30-minute show, which is what I would really like to do.
Yeah, that was going to be my next
And
question.
yeah, and if we're going to wind up staying on Amazon Prime, or if we're going to move to a different platform, and
Mm-hmm.
that's all stuff that's in process right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell you, man, you've definitely dealt with soaps a whole lot. I know I was looking through the IMDb earlier because I like to do a little bit of homework, before these
Yeah,
things, and
I appreciate that.
and
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many times like I'll do a podcast and somebody go, "Okay, tell us about your career." Like, you know, how about doing a little research?
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly, and you've got a lot of soap experience.
I do indeed. I've been doing well. I've been off soaps now for a couple years, but I mean, I started in 1992 with General Hospital and
Hmm.
was on that for 5 years, and then I went to go do a soap called Sunset Beach, and then I started on The Bold and the Beautiful and Young and the Restless, where I played the same character, Deacon Sharp.
Hmm.
Came back to General Hospital for a year for the 50th anniversary, and then back to Bold and the Beautiful again. So, daytime has been something that's been very good to me. I wanted to create a project that would effectively be a love letter to the soaps. I think so often when soap operas are portrayed in the media, they're kind of like, I don't know, people, they're a little bit of they treat them like a butt of a joke sometimes. And, some of the very best actors I've ever worked with are on soap operas. And they are dedicated, professionals that are great at what they do. And a lot of times when you see soaps within other shows or done in films,
Hmm.
it's this hyperbolic acting. It's this over the top melodramatic acting, as if to say we're showing you that we really know how to act, but since it's a soap opera, we're gonna kind of make it look silly.
Yeah,
And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something that would you know be respectful of a medium that's been so good to me for so long.
and when I think your character says one thing, without giving anything away, I don't want to do any kind of spoilers because that's just horrible and
Yeah.
evil. Um, the respect for a soap actor or actress. I mean, you're doing a brand new show every day. And like on there, you may have to do 40 pages a night before you
No,
go in the
absolutely.
next day.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's, man, that's
Yeah. No,
something.
absolutely. It's intense. It is, and you only get you get one take, sometimes two, but that's about it. So you better hit your mark, know your lines, and be able to do what you got to do and move on. Because actually on Bold and the Beautiful, we would do a show and a half a day because if you turn the TV on Thanksgiving, there's going to be a show. Of course, we're not filming, so we'd have to bank shows, which means we'd have to do more than one show a day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, as an actor and just as a guy in general, when y'all would have the big cliffhanger things, how hard was it
Uh
to hold that in?
huh.
Because
Well,
everybody asked you about it.
no, you can't. Yeah, that's no, that's a no. You can't do that. That's a real quick way to lose your job.
Yeah.
And my paycheck meant more to me than being able to be offering some interesting information at a party.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. It tickles me, when people find out that you know a celebrity or you know anything about entertainment or in entertainment,
Yeah.
they want to be in that. When we first moved up here to Fayetteville, I had gotten out of medicine for a little while.
You were in medicine, is that what you said?
Well, I had gotten out of it. I'd
You
gotten
got
off
out of it.
the
Okay.
off the ambulance for a while, and
Yeah.
I went and cooked at Nick and Norman's in Sonoya, which is about 10 miles from me. Greg Nicotero and Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you could actually throw a rock and hit the set of Alexandria from there.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do. There's a lot of production that's in Georgia. That's for sure.
oh yeah, and they everybody was asking me, can you get me Norman Reedus's autograph? I'm like, look, I'm a cook in his restaurant, and I have not seen him in here on my shift. And if I do, I'm not going to ask the man for an
Right.
autograph.
Right.
It's my boss. No. And I just couldn't understand that. I'm
Yeah.
like, you don't
Well,
sit back in the
listen.
kitchen tasting crap. Come on.
That's funny.
Oh man. But and it was a neat experience. But ultimately,
Yeah.
I got back on the ambulance, and Yeehaw.
Well, obviously, for me, what you do sounds incredibly exciting. I mean, you guys are heroes, and I just think that's amazing to me doing that. My just hats off to you.
Well, thank you very much. It's been an interesting 30 years, to
Yeah,
say
I
the
bet, huh?
least. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I know the first time I saw you, when I saw your picture and your name and everything was Stephen. First thing I thought of Mike Barnes. How fun
Yeah,
was that movie?
yeah,
Aside
that
from
was
the big injury.
yeah, that was pretty incredible. It was surreal for me because I had been a paying customer, going to the theater watching Karate Kid 2, and about a year later, there I am at the studio starring in Karate Kid 3 alongside Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita. I mean, it was, I kind of had to pinch myself, and I got the film from an open call. There were 2,000 guys that were outside of the studio, and John Avildsen, the director who won the Academy Award for Karate Kid 3 and had directed the first two Karate Kid films, picked me out of the line, and I went inside to the studio and screen tested with Ralph Macchio, and I eventually got the role. And generally when they do these open calls, it's a publicity stunt. You don't ever think you're going to find the guy to star in a movie, especially the third installment of a successful franchise.
Yeah.
In an open call, usually you're going through an agency and you're finding actors that have had a tremendous amount of experience. I mean, I had worked professionally, but not a whole lot, and I don't know that they even expected to find the guy for that part in the open call. I think they were just doing it for press, and lo and behold, I got the role.
Yeah, and it's not been that long since I watched it.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, I've watched a lot of stuff here recently while I've been down here because the place I'm at, I'm actually in my basement, which is a finished off like my man cave,
Yeah, yeah.
and I've got my podcast studio down here, my little video stuff set up. But I have a video projector, hooked up to my laptop. I can basically watch everything on the wall, and
That's
I
great.
have watched so much stuff when I recorded with Robert Wall. I was actually in the middle of watching Cobb when I looked up and it was time to do his interview. So I hit pause on Cobb watching him while I interviewed him.
Cobb was a great movie.
It was. I
That,
actually bought
oh,
the
that was
movie.
yeah, that was something else.
But yeah, I enjoyed that, and he was a great interview. Um,
Very cool.
but yeah, I tell you, so tell me a little bit about what do you do out there in California when you're not acting? Everybody wants to know the actors' secrets, what they do.
Like what I do in my free time, you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Just tell me about Sean Kanan.
Well, my wife and I spend a lot of time together. Michelle is one of the writers and producers on Studio City,
Mm-hmm.
so we work together, and she's my partner in crime. We love to travel. I love to cook. Um, I'm really enthusiastic about studying foreign languages. I'm always studying, one or two different languages at a time. I don't know why. I just kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, and I've been studying Mandarin lately this year. And what else do I do? I like to. I mean, I've got a pretty simple, basic, normal life. Other than every now and then when I'm working, I'm getting to work with some real interesting people, doing something that not too many people do, which is act professionally. But other than that, I spend time with my friends, and we have dinner parties, and truthfully, my wife and I really are kind of homebodies. I mean, we really love to just sort of make dinner and watch Netflix.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
just
that sounds boring, but that's what we like to do.
that's normal, and that's a great thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
anyone, I always say it, or, you can go to Paris for the weekend with anybody and have a great time. But, can you hang out in a room with somebody, not even talking, and just knowing that, you've got that positive energy between each other. And that's what love's about. That's what, a good friendship is about.
yeah, we've been lucky through this. My daughter, we went and picked my oldest daughter up from our place near Augusta and brought her up here, and because she's in college, and my youngest daughter, she's here with us, of course, and we've been one big happy family through all this. We're lucky. Our daughters are really close, and they're
That's nice. I
they've
mean,
just been great.
we were talking about it. I said I feel guilty because there's so many people suffering, and I have incredible empathy and sympathy for them. But you know, it's been really great spending time with my wife like this. I mean, it's brought us even closer, and you know, we're real fortunate that we're safe and have enough to eat, and most importantly, have plenty of toilet paper. And you know,
I still haven't quite figured out the toilet paper thing yet. I've went every angle.
you know, we went so nuts. I got toilet paper for days. So
But I did figure it out, I think, one morning. I actually woke up and it was still dark. I got dressed in the dark and came downstairs to film this before it left my head.
uh-huh.
My theory on the toilet paper with the hand sanitizer is I took one square of toilet paper and squirted it good with hand sanitizer and stirred it up until it was like a little paste.
Yeah.
And said, "This is Redneck Vicks," and rubbed it on my chest and under my lip.
I love it. That's great. Well, listen, what do they say? What is it? Inspiration is the mother of invention. Something
Yep.
like that. Yeah.
Yep, it was funny in the video. My shirt was on backwards and inside out, and that's what most people pointed out to me. Like, I was asleep when I did this.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, you know, you want to learn foreign languages. If you ever get to Georgia, come see me and I will teach you a foreign language. I will teach you how to speak redneck.
You teach me how to speak redneck.
I will
You
teach
got
you how
it,
to
man.
speak redneck. It is a foreign language.
I love it. All right. Well, give me a good redneck term.
Let me see here. I'll tell people sometimes, you know, that's cooler than the other side of my pillow.
Wait, that's what cooler than the other side of my pillow.
Yep. Or if they ask how I'm doing, I'll say I'm hanging in there like a hubcap in the fast lane.
I love it. All right.
Oh yeah.
It's all good to know.
And cooking, you know, that's one of my near and dear subjects. I mean, hell, the name of the podcast is Smoked Meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love to cook. That is
Yeah.
my thing.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, you get the great payoff of getting to eat at the end of it, and you know, I see food as a conduit to relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you sit down and you break bread with somebody, it really can change the quality of your relationship. And I don't know, I love cooking. I wrote a cookbook called Cooking and Entertaining with Sean Kanan, The Modern Gentleman. And
now I'm gonna have to buy a cookbook.
yes, it's called the Modern Gentleman, Cooking and Entertaining with Sean Kanan. You can get that on Amazon. And you know, I just love doing it. I think it's nothing like, you know, you put some music on, you get a glass of red wine, and you get the steam going on in the kitchen, and I'm happy.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny, you know, everybody thinks that cooking has to be complicated. Some of my best things are so simple.
Yeah.
You know, I've got a sauce that I'll make for fish, and it's good on chicken also.
Oh yeah. What do you put in that?
You puree some peaches. You can either do canned or fresh.
Yeah.
And you take an equal part of heavy cream and put with it and a teaspoon of red pepper flakes just to give it a little bit of bite
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah.
and reduce it by about half. That's simple.
Oh, that's real simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that sounds real good.
It is very good. I cooked at a country club outside of Augusta one time, and that's one of the things they taught me.
What do you cook the peaches in?
Nothing, you just puree them.
Oh, you puree the peaches. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, puree the peaches.
You know what you might try?
Yeah.
Is before you puree them, what if you saute the peaches in a little bit of Jack Daniels before you do that, and then you puree them?
Oh, we are
Nice
kindred
little-
spirits.
Give it a nice little bite there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was cooking today. I just made a chiapino. Made a big fish stew with shrimp and clams and tomato base and everything, and had my wife eating that for lunch, so she's very happy.
Outstanding.
Yes.
Well,
Well, if I ever get down to Georgia, we'll get in the kitchen together.
Oh, definitely. Do you have a smoker?
I do not have a smoker. No, I don't.
You got to get one.
Yeah, I know. That's a game changer right there, isn't it?
It is. Well, I'm gonna give you a burger recipe. You talked about the Jack Daniels.
Okay.
I've got a pan. It's a 6-inch round cake pan.
Okay.
About 2 inches deep. And basically, you pack your hamburger in it, poke holes in it, and pour a shot of Jack Daniels or whatever your whiskey or your bourbon is that you like. And then
right over the meat.
Yep, poke holes in the meat, and it'll soak in there.
Wait a minute. Wait. You're talking about put like charcoal briquettes in the meat?
No, put holes.
Holes.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought
holes.
you said coals. I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, I got you. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So you're okay.
yeah, and pour your whiskey over it,
Yeah.
and then put brown sugar on each side of it, and put it in
Oh
your
yeah, that sounds
smoker
good.
or your oven for about 30 minutes, and then
Yeah.
finish it off on a flat top to caramelize that brown sugar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that sounds real good. All right, I'm gonna try that.
it's a wonderful thing.
I'm gonna try that. I like that.
Yeah, I love, cooking to me is like whenever I do comedy, if I can make somebody smile with what I'm cooking, just watching
Right.
them, it's a great feeling.
It is a great feeling, man. I mean, it's it's just an international nonverbal language. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can reach anybody with cooking. I agree. I lived over in Italy for about a year. I was over there doing a film, and then I was doing Dancing with the Stars over there.
Hmm.
And I've learned a lot about cooking over there. A friend of mine owned a beautiful boutique hotel and used to take me down into the kitchen and show me what he's doing, and take me with him when he go to the seafood market buying fresh fish and crustacean and all that stuff. And so
Hmm.
I kind of take a little bit, wherever I go, I try and learn a little bit of some of the culture for cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I'll get different people in the hospital or in the ER that, I can tell they have a different accent. And once we've got them squared away and they're feeling better, I'll ask them, "Where's your accent from?" And they'll tell me. I'm like, "Okay, I need a recipe from there."
Yeah, for
And
sure.
and at first they look at me like I'm nuts. I'm like, "I cook. I like to try new things, and I've gotten some really good recipes from the
Oh, I
ER."
bet. I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. In Italy, it would if I'm a big guy anyway. I'm almost 300 pounds. But if I
Okay.
lived in Italy, oh my God.
Forget it, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, because I mean, they just eat so much pasta, and they really do eat a lot of pasta and pizza, and it's tough to not put weight on over there. But so their food is not processed like ours is.
Yeah.
Most of it's really fresh and free of chemicals and preservatives and stuff. So and you walk a lot over there too,
Yeah.
and so it seems to even out.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it would. Oh, they would have to ship me back on a cargo jet because I love pasta. Not too
Oh
long
yeah.
ago, I made pasta puttanesca for my wife and daughters, and they loved
Oh,
it.
I love pasta puttanesca.
Yep. It's a wonderful
Yeah.
thing. I learned that on watching John Favreau,
Yeah.
the movie Made, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah. Is that the one where he's got the food truck?
No, that was Shift. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. He
Made is
look he look
one.
he looks like he knows his way around the dinner table.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, but no, I've always loved to cook. I love making people smile, and I've done stand up off and on for almost 30 years also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do stand up as well.
yeah. And there's nothing like it. I mean, you're getting up there and you're basically, I can't remember who it was told me, but they explained it the best. You're in front of a room full of strangers eliciting an involuntary response from all of them at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sink or swim.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's I think that stand-up comedy and jazz are the two truly American art forms.
yeah,
That and rock and roll. And when you're acting, there's talent and there's skill involved in that, but you're using someone else's lines.
hmm,
But I mean, when you're up there on doing stand-up, man, it is your words and it is you and how you're relating and most importantly, connecting with the audience.
yeah,
And you know it right away if it's working or it's not.
yeah. And when I'm doing it and I get in a certain zone, it's strange. I do it to hear the laughs, but when I get in that zone, I don't hear anything. I'm just I'm just riding on the highway,
Yeah.
and that
Well,
feels great
if you're
to get in
having
there.
fun, chances are the audience is too.
Exactly. Exactly. And I like to do different stuff on stage. I'm not a prop comic because that's not me. Hats off to them. Carrot Top, you the
They're
man.
tough. Yeah.
But, I did a show here in Griffin little town where I actually work at.
Yeah.
And it was at a wing place. It was a small show, but it was a really good show.
Yeah.
And before the show, I went and asked the guy in the kitchen, I said, what's the hottest wings you have? And he told me the hottest one from the menu. I said, no, what's the hottest one you have?
Right.
And he said, oh, I'll make it for you. And he made me one. I said, I just need one. And about halfway through my act, they brought it up to me, and I finished my act after eating this wing, and it was ridiculous hot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, people probably were laughing. You're probably choking.
Oh, yeah. See,
the good thing is you're an EMT. You know what? You give yourself the Heimlich.
Exactly. And I eat hot stuff anyway. I've eaten the Carolina Reaper before, and I eat sauces with that in it.
I do not know what the Carolina Reaper is.
It is the hottest pepper in the world right now. It is about 2.5 million Scoville heat units, where jalapeno is 2,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot.
What's the ghost pepper at?
It is, I think, about 1 million.
And this one's 2 million?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, and they've made a challenge called the Toe of Satan, which is a lollipop flavored with extract from this.
Oh, good Lord.
And, when you concentrate the extract, it actually goes up to about 9 million.
Oh, gee, that doesn't even sound pleasant.
Oh, dude, it was like sticking my tongue to the cigarette lighter of a 73 Pinto.
It sounds like a punishment to me.
Oh, man, it was rough. And I had a friend of mine send it to me. I made an Amazon list when all this stuff started.
Yeah.
And said, all right, anybody orders anything from this, I'll do the challenge for you on video in whatever character you want me to, and I'll do whatever you want me to do. So I have a character named Wayne who has the red mullet and the big 70s cheesy mustache, wears a Hawaiian shirt. And
yeah.
he kind of talks like this. Wayne is the love doctor. Well, Wayne read The Little Engine That Could while doing this. Yeah, The Little Engine Couldn't.
Yeah. Wow. Speaking of mullets, have you seen the Tiger King?
Oh, man, the Tiger King is phenomenal.
But that is just, I almost want to watch it. I almost want to watch it again. I mean, it's just such a commitment.
Yeah.
It is something else, though. I mean, I've never seen anything at all like that.
I just did one of the challenges that they sent me as Brad Exotic. I had a blonde mullet wig and put on some sunglasses and got on the back porch. And the challenge they sent me was, have you ever seen the Bean Boozled jelly beans?
No.
Oh, they're rough. It's you spin a little spinner, and it's Jelly Belly jelly beans. Okay. And whatever color it lands on, you eat that. And it can either be that color or nasty.
You got to eat them anyway.
Yeah, she bought me Bean Boozled Extreme, which
oh no,
they brought back old flavors, and there are no good ones.
Dirty socks.
Yeah, skunk spray was horrible.
No, thank you.
Man,
no.
But I powered through it. I got all 10 of them.
God bless you.
I got up and talked about the dangers of tigers, lions, and donkeys. Yes.
Especially in Mexico.
Yes. You know, the actual land speed of a donkey from a standing still position can get up to 70 miles an hour.
Are you serious?
No. But I said that on there. And I also said donkeys know kung fu.
No kung fu.
The reason a lot of people don't know that is if you're close enough to see a donkey uses kung fu, you're going to die.
You're going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's, I have to put you on my Facebook. So I actually put the video on there, and it is just, oh Lord. But I powered through them.
I'll tell you, Brad, I could stay here and talk to you all day, but I got about another 5 minutes before I got chores. Even in coronavirus, my wife gives me chores, and we have to go. I got to go move some furniture today. That's what she's telling me.
Ooh, I understand. I definitely understand. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get people to watch Studio City.
Well, I sure appreciate that. I really do. And I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm a big believer that, whenever you can have some friends wherever you're going in different parts of the country or in the world, it just makes the experience so much better. Yeah. And I haven't been to Georgia in quite a while, but actually, there's an actress named Bobby Eakes who played my wife on Bold and the Beautiful, and she just moved back to Georgia, she and her husband, and they're good friends of ours. So I may be coming to Georgia at some point in the next year, and if I do, you're in Fayetteville, right?
Yeah, I'm 20 miles south of Atlanta.
Okay. Well, if I do get down there again, I'm going to give you a call, and it'd be great if we go hang out and you show me around a little bit.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome, man. All you got to do is holler, and anytime you want to come back on here, holler.
I love that, man. There's nothing like Southern hospitality, I'll tell you.
And when Studio City starts back filming,
Yep.
if you need 300 pounds of thunder and all this sexy,
You're gonna
just
know.
just holler.
I know where to call. All right, brother. Well, listen, I really appreciate it, and I got your number. And don't be afraid to ever reach out. Keep in touch. All right.
All right, definitely will.
All
And
right, pal.
same to
You take
you.
it. Hey, buddy. Thanks so much for taking the time to do this. All right. All the best to you. Stay safe.
Same to you. You take care.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.